What does muscle car mean to you? Is it the thunderous roar of a V8 echoing down the street? The smell of burnt rubber hanging in the air after a glorious, irresponsible burnout? Or is it simply about raw, unapologetic American power? For decades, the formula has been simple. A big engine up front, drive wheels in the back, and an attitude that screamed freedom. But the times, they are a-changin'. The V8, once a birthright for American auto enthusiasts, is facing an existential threat from rising emissions regulations and a global shift towards electrification. And that brings us to this epic showdown. In one corner, we have the standard bearer, the last of its kind for now, the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. It's a 500 horsepower, V8-powered testament to everything we've traditionally loved about muscle. In the other corner, a challenger from the future, the all-electric 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. It packs a 670 horsepower punch, all-wheel drive, and a soundtrack synthesized to mimic its gas-guzzling ancestors. This isn't just a comparison between two cars, it's a battle for the very soul of the muscle car. Can a silent, heavyweight EV ever truly replace the visceral thrill of a gasoline-powered icon? Today, we find out. We're pushing both to their limits on the track, hitting the open road, and, of course, seeing which one better satisfies our inner hooligan. Does electrification spell doom for the muscle car? Let's find out. Before we hit the track, let's look at the contenders. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse is the pinnacle of the current Mustang lineup, a modern homage to the legendary Boss models. Under the hood sits a reworked 5.0-liter Coyote V8, pumping out a healthy 500 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque, all sent to the rear wheels. Our test car comes with a 10-speed automatic, massive Brembo brakes, Magna-Ride dampers, and super sticky Pirelli track tires. It's built to dominate both the drag strip and the road course, but all this performance comes at a price. This loaded Dark Horse rings in at $80,950. Then we have the Revolution. With the old Challenger and Charger gone, Stellantis has thrown down the gauntlet with the all-new Dodge Charger. Our test car is the top-tier Daytona Scat Pack. It ditches the V8 for a 100.5 kilowatt-hour battery and dual electric motors. The result? A staggering 670 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque when you hit the power boost button. It's got all-wheel drive, adaptive dampers, and a suite of drive modes including drift and donut. Dodge has even given it a unique Fratsonic chambered exhaust, essentially a high-tech speaker system to give it a signature muscle car sound. The price for this slice of the future? A hefty $85,965. Now, for the first and most crucial test for any car claiming the muscle car mantle, the drag strip. On paper, the Dodge has a massive power advantage, but it also has a massive weight problem. The Mustang weighs in at a relatively trim 4,028 pounds. The Charger? A jaw-dropping 5,916 pounds. That's nearly a ton heavier. But on the strip, electric power is a great equalizer. With its instant torque and all-wheel drive grip, the Charger Daytona launches like a scalded cat. Using its drag mode and launch control, it rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.2 seconds, finishing the quarter mile in a blistering 11.5 seconds at 120.5 miles. The whole experience is drama-free, accompanied by the synthesized roar of the Fratsonic system. The Mustang Dark Horse, however, is no slouch. Even without a dedicated launch control for the automatic version, it puts up a serious fight. It hits 60 in a very respectable 3.7 seconds and crosses the quarter-mile mark in 12.0 seconds flat at 118.4 mph. It's slightly behind, but you can feel it starting to claw back the deficit at higher speeds. Give it a longer runway, and the Mustang might just reel the Charger in. When it's time to stop, the roles are reversed. The Ford's massive Brembos haul it down from 60 mph in a mind-boggling 86 feet. That's supercar territory. The much heavier Dodge manages a respectable 104-foot stop. But a muscle car isn't just about straight-line speed, it needs to handle. On our Figure 8 course, the Mustang's track-focused setup shines. It feels sharp, agile, and incredibly composed, laying down a lap time of 23.7 seconds. The big Charger, while quicker than any V8 Hellcat we've tested, feels its weight. It posted a 24.1-second lap, but it fought us the whole way, limiting power out of corners and feeling every bit like the big car it is. So the EV wins the drag race, but the gas-powered pony car is the clear champion of the corners. But how? Do they feel out in the real world? Leaving the track behind, we hit the open highway, and here, the Charger Daytona finds its groove. Thanks to its sheer size and plush interior, it's an exceptional long-distance cruiser. The ride is sublime, the cabin is quiet, and the fit and finish are a world away from Dodges of old. With no gears to shift, a wave of instant power is always just a toe flex away, making highway passes effortless. The subdued thrum of the Fratsonic exhaust is a constant companion, a gentle reminder of the power on tap. On a winding back road, it's surprisingly capable. The steering is responsive, the braking is strong, and its low center of gravity helps it feel more planted than its weight suggests. You drive it by braking hard, turning in, and then unleashing that electric torque on the straightaways. It's not nimble, but it feels powerful and illicit, which is definitely part of the muscle car appeal. The Mustang Dark Horse, by contrast, is a far more visceral experience. It's louder, firmer, and feels more connected to the road. The Magna Ride. Suspension does a commendable job of soaking up bumps, but there's no mistaking its track-focused intentions. Where the Dodge tolerates corners, the Mustang devours them. The turn-in is immediate, the chassis is balanced, and the V8 roars to its 7,500 RPM redline with a ferocity the Charger's speakers can only dream of. It's a true driver's car, capable of hanging with serious European sports cars. And now, for the final and perhaps most important test, the hooligan factor. A real muscle car needs to encourage a little bit of immaturity. It needs to do burnouts, it needs to slide, and it needs to put a grin on your face. The Mustang Dark Horse passes this test with flying colors. It comes with a line lock feature for easy, spectacular burnouts. Just hold the button, floor the throttle, and envelop yourself in a cloud of tire smoke. It also has a drift brake, an electronic handbrake that lets you initiate lurid, canny, block-style drifts with ease. The Charger Daytona. Well, this is where the electric dream starts to sputter. It has a drift donut mode that sends more power to the rear, but getting this 6,000-pound behemoth to sustain a drift takes a lot of space and effort. And the biggest sin of all, it can't do a burnout. The combination of all-wheel drive, immense grip, and its sheer weight means the rear motor simply can't overcome physics to light up the tires. Dodge promises the upcoming SRT version will fix this, but for the Scat pack, tire shredding is off the menu. So, can an EV be a true muscle car? After spending extensive time with the Dodge Charger Daytona, our answer is maybe. It absolutely looks the part. It's brutally fast in a straight line, and the Fratsonic exhaust does a surprisingly good job of creating an emotional connection. It proves that electric power can deliver that neck-snapping V8-like shove of torque we crave, but it's also compromised. It's incredibly heavy. Its handling, while capable, is no match for the Mustang's agility and its inability to do. A proper burnout feels like a fundamental betrayal of the muscle car ethos. The charging experience, with its 400-volt architecture, is also a step behind the curve for a new performance EV. The Ford Mustang Dark Horse, on the other hand, is the complete package. It's a modern evolution of a classic formula. It's loud, it's proud, it will gleefully turn its rear tires into smoke, and it backs up that bravado with genuine sports car-like handling that can challenge the world's best. It is unapologetically a muscle car, but it's also so much more. The electric future is coming, and the Charger Daytona is a bold, impressive first step. It proves an EV can capture some of the spirit of American muscle. But for now, if you want the best muscle car experience money can buy, The crown still belongs to the one with a good old-fashioned gasoline-burning V8. The times are changing. The Mustang remains a glorious, thrilling constant.